get Margaret out here. Beware. Oh, there you are already. Hello. This is Margaret. We're at Kokiniki Park, pickleball courts, and yeah, she just destroyed us on the pickleball court. That was really fun. Thank you for that. So, Margaret, what is the dark side of pickleball for you?
So the first thing that popped into my mind when asked this question was myself. So let me explain. When I'm losing in pickleball, I feel like it brings the worst out of me. I'm a sore loser, and I've always struggled with that my whole life. So it just brings back bad memories of me reacting, and I realize I have a long way to go still with just my attitude of sportsmanship when I am losing. So that is the dark side of pickleball. It is me. Just me losing patience and just being a bad sport. If I'm losing. If I'm winning, it's fine.
Yeah, I can imagine the way you play because you're usually winning. So the rare times you do lose, yeah, it's pretty dark for you.
It's a humility thing, you know. It's because I win a lot. When I'm losing, it puts me into my place. So
Yeah, it's humbling, but not in the way you want to deal with.
no, exactly. There's always room for improvement. So
Yeah.
I have a long way to go.
And so, what's your history with pickleball and any other sports that you've played?
So I grew up playing a lot of tennis. So doing travel tennis, playing on high school teams, and having a lot of tennis lessons. So at one point, I was actually ranked in the top 100 in tennis in Florida. So I picked up pickleball pretty easily just because tennis translates well with pickleball. And my husband, Chris, he played a lot of ping pong growing up. So he's really good at the net, and I'm better back on the baseline. So I had a lot of tennis experience and just a very athletic person. I love sports. It's kind of my stress outlet and relief. You name a sport, I played it. Soccer, cross country, tennis. I surfed a lot, did skateboarding, played a little bit of softball, played some basketball. So just love being outside, love being in nature and playing sports. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible. That's so it's been super helpful to have that background and then coming into pickleball. But what would you say is the most challenging part as a tennis player coming into pickleball?
I would say the short game for me, just being up at the net, and because that's really important in pickleball, whereas tennis, especially singles tennis, is not as important, I would say. I mean, you can sit back on the baseline and just slam it. But with pickleball, especially with doubles, you have to move up when you play better players. So that has been a challenge for me, just my reaction time and developing just those short shots.
So when you're not getting a ride with Marty, your little doggy, and breaking pickleballs, literally, what else is your favorite thing to do? Or how often do you play pickleball?
It depends on the week, but we've been playing a lot, probably about 5 times a week. But I also really like going to the gym and lifting weights, so I do that quite a bit too in my free time. But I spend a lot of time at church. I'm a pastor. So, I mean, yesterday was Sunday. I was at church for 6-7 hours. So a lot of my life is centered around the church and doing ministry. It occupies a lot of my time, which I love. So this is a good outlet if I've been sitting all day at my desk and writing a sermon or working on a Bible study to get out here and to move my body and to release some stress.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of stress there for sure.
Stress in the church for sure. So yeah, the church, one of my favorite quotes is, the church is a hospital for the broken, not a museum for the righteous. So plenty of broken people and just trying to be better people through Jesus. So I like pickleball. It's good. It's a good stress relief.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful, and I appreciate you coming on and telling us the dark side of pickleball. That is awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Question.
Yeah, well, pickleball is sort of, taking over the world right now, and there's this darkness also that's coming with it, and so it's like to illuminate that and, kind of see what's going on with people when they begin pickleball and people that have been in it and, everything that's going on around it. Yeah, it's really interesting.
I think there's also a lot of darkness in the world, and pickleball can just be a source of light and with people. We've come out of quarantine and COVID, and people have been used to being isolated, and pickleball is just such a good social sport. We've made a lot of our friends through pickleball, so there's a dark side of pickleball, but then, of course, when there's darkness, there's light, so there's also a light side too, so that's the part I like.
Yeah, like I guess we can't, so you're kind of saying that we need the darkness. We need the darkness in a way in order to, yeah. Can you finish that sentence?
Yeah, I mean, if we want to get real deep, I mean, there is a dark side of life, and how we approach and handle it, I think, tells a lot about who we are as people and how we handle adversity and suffering and pain. So I don't think it's necessarily unique to have suffering. I think the more important part is how we get through and what are we relying on to get through.
Yeah, so are you talking about Chris's injuries and you having to deal with them at home?
Yeah, some of that, but I'm talking more about general of the world, and yeah.
I'm being a jerk, I'm sorry. I just left field there.
How to deal with icing, I felt like he's hurt like 3 or 4 different, no crying, but
no crying yet? Oh.
Complaining.
Okay, complaining, whining.
Whining.
Oh, he's so cute, though.
Chris is a needy patient. Yes, but luckily we haven't had too bad of injuries yet, so.
Yeah, awesome. Good to hear. So how do you, prevent injury? Is that, part of the reason why you go to the gym and stuff? How do you prevent injury in pickleball and tennis?
I'm probably not the best person to ask, but I think definitely stretching, especially for older people, that loosens the muscles and joints. And for me, I think the weightlifting has helped too with, building up muscle and moving every part of my body. So, but I mean, I've gripped the paddle really hard, the handle, and the other week my thumb was hurting. But just rest and recovery too, making sure you get adequate rest and sleep and nutrition, all of that helps.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's super helpful, because a lot of times, we get so excited about pickleball and we just want to play for hours and hours, forget to drink water, no stretching. Yeah, so that was super helpful, to kind of a reminder to take care of the body.
Yes, we only get one body, so we got to take care of it. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Margaret, for being here and sharing your dark side of pickleball.
All right, we'll go play some pickleball.
Let's go play some pickleball.